All right, welcome back to Buffalo Plus. Mike Catalana, Dan Fates. I am Jonna Cottrell. Bills, Dolphins. But before we get started, please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoy our content. And the merch. Check out the Buffalo Plus store, buffaloplusstore.com. We have plenty of stuff. I did all the work. Don't let Mike and Dan fool you.
You just throw that out there. Tell a little bit about the merch.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Mugs.
So there's mugs, there's hats, there's shirts, there's hoodies.
Yeah,
and we did all of it.
Yes, we got you ready.
No, honestly, though, we've had a lot of people reach out about wanting to have Buffalo Plus merchandise. And if you enjoy our channel and you want to support us, we would always appreciate it. And honestly, I'm a little biased, but I feel like there are some pretty cool shirts on there. Dan had a good idea for one. The Let James Cook is a great one.
A little chef hat.
Yeah,
nice.
A little chef hat.
Very proud. You should hear these two when they come up with something. And very excited.
Yeah, plenty more to come. But yeah, check it out.
Comment in with a shirt idea that you would like.
Yeah, or just if you
don't make fun of me with all of them. Like some of the comments be an actual shirt idea.
Yeah. But some of them are pretty funny.
Holding Fates accountable might be a good shirt.
Yeah.
Actually, that is a really good shirt. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, we're coming up on with ideas on the fly. But let's talk about this. Bills, Dolphins, third meeting of the season. This one in the playoffs. Mike, what do you see out of this Dolphins team, especially with the Tua situation?
Yeah, it's, you don't say this just with the Bills involving the Dolphins, but you almost feel for the Dolphins here because of the circumstance they're in. Look, they played the Bills twice. Dan made a good point. They beat them. They beat the Bills in a day when I thought the Bills were the better team, and then they lost to them when I thought the Dolphins were the better team. And it's exactly the way it was. But it's awful difficult to lose your quarterback. He was so important to them. And then they had issues even at the backup spot. And now you come into this game. You did make the playoffs. But without Tua, a quarterback, it makes it very difficult for them. I think Miami has a good roster with some spectacular players on it.
Yeah.
But if you can't get the ball to them and use them in the way they need to be used, that makes it very difficult for them. Look, Miami's got issues they have to deal with. I think they're going to be dealing with them in the offseason because I don't see a way that Miami wins this game.
I agree. The only way I see Miami winning this game is mistakes and the Bills shooting themselves in the foot. It would be turnovers, fumbles, kind of those boneheaded plays that we have talked about at times that this Bills team had turnovers in the red zone. That is where if you take points off the board, I'm never this guy. I am never this guy. I am all for a Sean McDermott conservative game plan on Sunday at 1 o'clock. I just don't think you've talked about, like we talked about on the show, throwing that punch and knocking out haymakers. And that's what I've always said when you go up against the Chiefs or you go up against the Chargers or Joe Burrow.
You say that every week.
You're not saying that against Skylar Thompson. The only way Skylar Thompson can score points, in my opinion, is if Josh turns the ball over in the red zone or if he turns the ball over deep inside his own territory.
Yeah.
Play safe and conservative. For years, whenever the Bills had remember all those years they were so boring offensively, teams would just try and score 20 points because they knew if they got 20 points, they were good. It wasn't, and their defensive stats were good. They looked great defense. Teams played so conservatively against them because they didn't respect their offense. Don't respect the Dolphins' offense, and you'll win this game easily.
Wow.
I just don't buy it. I don't buy that because I think if the Dolphins have a chance, they have to have the Bills play like a team that can't score that way. I think you do what you do, and what the Bills do is score points, and I think you get Josh Allen going in this one. And I think once you put Miami in that spot, don't let it be yes, I agree with you. I wouldn't take crazy chances. I wouldn't. Sometimes I might just say, punt the ball if it's 4th and 5 at your own 48-yard line. Stick them down there deep and make them try to come out of their own territory. But I think if you're Miami, every time the Bills kick the ball, you think you're still in the game up to a certain point.
Totally disagree.
Yeah, you still think you're in the game because they're not scoring touchdowns. I say you use your offense, you use your dominant quarterback, you go out and you bury Miami in this game, and then let them see what they can do with Skylar Thompson.
Miami with field goals.
That's the thing. I actually.
Hang on. Everybody hold on to something.
I feel like I agree with Dan here. Like, you don't have to, play well, don't turn the ball over, all of those things, but I don't think you need to do as much to beat the Dolphins.
Maybe I'm overstating.
And in terms of saving some of those plays.
You're not talking about reckless abandon.
No, I'm just saying is go out and play your game. Again, there are moments, and maybe when you're in between on something, you go slightly more conservative.
Yes.
Yeah.
And yes, you may be able to win that way.
So my thing is the momentum, and you talk about that. In my opinion, you're getting in the red zone. It's 4th and goal from the 2. Kick the field goal.
Yeah.
Because if you get stopped, you all of a sudden give them the sense of, we can stop this offense. And that's
another argument. 4th and 2 at the 2.
I know.
You go for it. So you got Skylar Thompson at the 2 if you don't score.
I think that's momentum swings.
It's the playoffs. Play your game. I
But
want them to play their game.
this is a playoff team. The Dolphins aren't a playoff team.
Tyreek Hill is still playing.
They're not a playoff team.
Jalen Waddle is still playing.
Not with Skylar Thompson.
They've lost 5 out of their last 6.
They have. But it's
This
still.
is a team reeling going into the playoffs.
You
We
still
are
got to
just
play.
dunking on Mike left and right.
I mean,
Obviously, I'm going to
facts.
end up being right, but let's just see how it plays out.
I mean, it's always uncomfy when they win in the way that's like they just kind of, are more conservative. And obviously, Bills fans want to see the high-flying offense that we know this team can be. But at the same point, they just need to win.
This is a great video.
I'm 100% with you. In a moment where you just need to win, you got to do the smart thing. But I think the smartest thing is to bury this team.
I feel like the Bills, though, do love a slow play. Like, I feel like they really do.
Why show your hand?
I agree.
They ain't
got-
worried about
you got-
anything
you
else.
got-
And what you
you
do
got
against the
Cincinnati.
Bengals has nothing to do with what you do against the Dolphins. They put on 16 games worth of offense out there for everybody. Everybody knows. I'm not saying come up with some, not use plan.
Vanilla beats the Dolphins. Vanilla.
And let me ask you
beats the
this.
Dolphins.
You can run all the vanilla you want in this game. You don't think Cincinnati has 16 games worth
I
of
understand
tape
that.
on you?
No, I see your point,
Man,
Mike.
play your game.
We sound like the old man, like,
I
get
know,
off my
we do,
lawn.
yeah.
You
Punt.
do.
Punt on 3rd down.
I know. I mean,
Oh
I
my
never
God.
thought I'd be like, yeah, well, I know in the moment I'm going to be like, why didn't you go for it?
My fear
But
is a Josh Allen strip sack, and all of a sudden they've got momentum and drop. Like
I
They
will
still
say-
have Skylar Thompson as the quarterback,
the
even
thing that
after the
does
strip
worry about
sack.
me is the Bills love to keep inferior teams in games.
Bury him. Bury 'em.
That is one thing that I do hear you on that because they love to have
Who's
bad
with
teams
me on this?
stick
I
around.
want to see it in the comments.
Who's
Bury
with
him.
I know
us?
this is going to be like aggressive or conservative. The Bills' game plan for
No,
Mike.
about
people that
just-
know think like political.
How about
Oh,
this?
yeah.
Mike was right
No,
That's never going to be a shirt.
no, it won't be. Not if we're making them.
because it's a given.
All right, what is Dan then your prediction in terms of the score for
Yeah,
this
keeping
game?
that.
6-3.
It's a win. It's a win, and we're moving on. Yeah, I
That's
think it's
about
going to
what
be a
the Dolphins
low-scoring
score
game.
was last week.
Like I said, when they played, what was it, week 15 in the snow? Is that the snowed at the end? Sorry,
Yeah.
it was not a blizzard of a game. It snowed at the end. But that game ended up being this shootout. I just don't see that happening on Sunday. I think the Bills play conservatively.
Yeah.
I think you keep a lot back. I think you can beat them with your C game and just be safe. Just be safe. 26-13. Move on. Low scoring. Love the under. That's definitely going to be in Uncle Dan's best bets.
What
Yeah.
is the under-over?
It was 45.5. I don't know what it is with now the news of Skylar being in. I don't know what that line would
I
move
think,
with.
I think Vegas already knew he was playing.
But it went from 9
To
to
13.
10.5 to 13.
Yeah, it's gone up.
I think they
considerably.
thought Teddy was going to play.
What is Sean McDermott's favorite ice cream flavor?
Vanilla.
Exactly.
Tapioca.
Vanilla
Yeah.
is the game plan. That's what we're expecting to see. At least Dan and I are.
I love it.
I have this game being 28-14, but I have that more because of field goals and the Bills just being able to kind of lull everyone down the field, score some points. I don't think Skylar Thompson has what it takes in this game, just because the circumstances that he's stepping into. Obviously, they're playmakers for the Dolphins, but at the same point, it's just the pressure. And we know how Sean McDermott has done against rookie quarterbacks. He's done exceptionally well. I expect a lot of pressure, a lot of pass rush, and I just don't think that Skylar Thompson has what it takes to get the ball to his really talented receivers. That being said, the Bills, in terms of Josh Allen, the offense, Mike mentioned it earlier, the secondary for the Dolphins in an earlier video is banged up as well, so there is some opportunities to exploit that. I have the Bills winning this one. 28.
Leftover from
14.
Dan's bad take here. I just say bury them early. Do it with your offense. Your offense wins the game. You're not hiding anything now. It's not like they're going to come up with something different. They may save that for Cincinnati, but that would be something, and I'm picking Cincinnati to win too because Lamar's not playing.
Yeah.
That would be something you would do because you haven't done it all year long. Again, put this game away with your offense and do it early. I'd also be aggressive on defense at times. I'd figure out ways to send pressure against Skylar Thompson, get the ball out of his hands into your hands. I think they can force turnovers that way too. And I don't think Miami's going to be able to run the ball as effectively they did the last time because they don't have the same threat of a passing game. It's funny to think about a team not being able to pass when you have Jalen Waddle and Tyreek Hill. If they can get the ball in those guys' hands, they can make some plays.
Absolutely,
but that's going to be the difficult thing. I have the Bills winning it 31-10. And I'm going to say 24 points by halftime for Buffalo. So bet the first half over, Dan. In case you were going to do that.
Over, whole game, under.
Under.
That's
How
fine.
about that? How about that?
That's a good play. I'd like that. Middle that thing. The over than the under.
Okay, all right. Be sure that might need to be a shirt.
Yeah. And Mike was right.
No, not that. All right, thank you for watching.
This is like one of the most contentious videos we've done.
Yeah, because you guys are wrong.
I guess we'll see. Who do you think is
I hope
right?
they win 13-3. I would love it.
I mean, I don't love that, but
I think this is going to be a boring game.
Blowout.
Boring game.
Might be boring because the
Can
Bills
it be
just
both?
score.
It could be.
yeah.
Even 24-0. Like, I can see that.
24
It's Skylar
nothing.
Thompson. It's Skylar Thompson, everybody.
I know.
Skylar Thompson.
Bury him.
All right, for Mike and Dan, I'm
Like,
Jenna. Thank you for what?
No, I just remember like when they played that last game in Buffalo in the cold weather, and I said there's no way that a Miami team comes into Buffalo in December and wins with Tua. And Tua's a
so
1,000
loud.
times better of a quarterback than Skylar.
Yeah, but the Dolphins played well
It's
in that
Skylar.
game.
It's Skylar.
You were ending the video.
I was.
And then
Dan
he
just
kept
popped
talking,
off.
and I stayed quiet.
We all had hissy fits today.
You guys didn't see Jenna's.
BuffaloPlusStore.com.
We did.
Yeah, that's fair. All right. Be
Great
sure
video.
to buy some merchandise if you feel inclined. Be sure to subscribe to Buffalo Plus if you enjoy our content. Like, comment, subscribe. Subscribe who was right. Or comment. For Mike and Dan, I'm Jenna. We'll see you next time.
Bye-bye.